The ancient Stoics, masters of emotional control and rational thinking, have remarkable strategies for facing your adversary with grace and poise. Number 1. Dive deep into your adversary's mind. Imagine standing on the brink of a raging river, its waters frothing with fury. A wise Stoic would pause before plunging in, focusing on the unseen depths below rather than the turbulent surface. Entering your opponent's mind is the crux of the first Stoic tactic. The intensity of the situation might tempt you to react swiftly, but true understanding requires setting aside judgment and seeing beyond the obvious. As Epictetus reminds us, it is not the event itself that troubles us, but our view of it. To begin this Stoic exploration, step back and breathe. Inhale deeply, mentally zoom out, and examine the circumstances with detached curiosity. Imagine yourself as a fly on the wall, observing the interaction without emotional involvement. This detachment allows for deeper insight and logical thinking. Seek understanding. Pose genuine questions instead of formulating counter-arguments. Focus on discovering the motives behind their words and actions. What drives them? What fears or desires do they have? Life experiences that shape their perspective can be unveiled by asking open-ended questions like, "What brought you to this point?" Or, "What are your underlying concerns?" Cultivate empathy. Put yourself in their shoes to understand their viewpoint, not to condone their behavior. Consider how they might perceive the situation and what principles guide them. This exercise aims to foster empathy, uncover common ground, and view the conflict through their eyes. Look beneath the surface. Often, conflicts stem from deeper issues such as unmet needs, fears, or past wounds. Instead of fixating on the present argument, identify these underlying problems. What desires need fulfilling? What fears are emerging? Your goal is to understand the layers of experience and perspective influencing your opponent's actions, much like a geologist studying rock layers to understand the terrain. Number 2. Choose your battles wisely. Life is full of disagreements, from political debates to parking lot altercations. However, as the Stoics teach, not every stone on the path warrants our full attention. Engaging in every conflict can drain us emotionally. The second Stoic tactic encourages us to pick our battles with care. Picture a vast battlefield, where every disagreement could lead to conflict. A prudent Stoic would assess each terrain carefully before charging into the fray. Pause and reflect. Consider Seneca's wise words, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Remind yourself to pause and cool down before reacting. Taking a step back allows for objective evaluation of the situation, making sound decisions easier. Evaluate the impact. Ask yourself if the conflict genuinely affects your morals, well-being, or something important in your life. Is it a major issue or just a minor annoyance? By focusing on truly significant matters, you can address them more effectively. Practice letting go. Sometimes the best course of action is to remain silent and let things pass. Marcus Aurelius noted the power of quietude, suggesting that often it's enough to hold your tongue and avoid unnecessary disputes. Ignoring small slights or refraining from pointless arguments helps maintain inner peace. Weigh the costs and benefits. Analyze the emotional toll and potential outcomes of each conflict. Compare the costs of engaging with the possible rewards. Sometimes the purest form of strength lies in knowing when to walk away with dignity. Choosing battles strategically doesn't mean weakness. It reflects a wise use of your limited time and energy, focusing on moments that truly matter. Number 3. Communicate with calm and clarity. Develop active listening. Truly listen to your opponent rather than waiting for your turn to speak. Pay attention to their words and body language. Don't interrupt. Nod and maintain eye contact to show you value their perspective. Respect and validate emotions. Show empathy for their feelings and experiences even if you disagree. Statements like, "I understand you're frustrated," or "This seems important to you," help build rapport and connection. Use I statements. Express your needs and feelings without blaming. Instead of accusatory you statements, use I statements to communicate your perspective. For example, I need to feel respected in this situation, or I feel hurt when you. This approach reduces defensiveness and promotes collaborative problem solving. Maintain composure. Speak firmly and calmly, avoiding aggression. Control your tone and ensure you speak out of understanding, not anger. Avoid personal attacks. They only escalate the conflict. Focus on solutions. Aim for resolutions that benefit both parties, not just winning the argument. Start discussions with cooperative questions like, what can we do to address this together? And focus on finding mutually agreeable outcomes. Number 4, seek common ground. Shift perspective. Reframe the conflict from me versus you to we. Consider what you both ultimately want. This shift can reveal common goals even if they aren't immediately obvious. Identify underlying needs. Often, conflicting desires stem from unmet needs. Understand what each party is trying to achieve through the conflict, whether it's safety, respect, or approval. Recognizing these needs fosters empathy and makes finding solutions easier. Discover shared values. Look beyond the immediate issue and explore core principles that everyone holds. Do you both value honesty, justice, or kindness? Shared values can guide decisions consistent with both your beliefs. Celebrate small wins. Focus on finding small points of agreement, even if they seem insignificant. These early agreements build trust and momentum, making it easier to tackle more challenging issues. Number 5, appeal to their inner values. Research their values. Become a value archaeologist. Observe what principles they uphold and what values guide their actions. By understanding their value landscape, you can find connections to build upon. Find common ground. Don't assume their values are entirely different from yours. Look for shared ideals, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Finding common values creates a bridge for presenting your case in a relatable way. Speak their language. Once you understand their values, frame your message to resonate with their interests and concerns. This approach fosters a sense of common ground without compromising your own values. Show, don't just tell. Use specific examples and anecdotes to demonstrate how your solution aligns with their values. This makes your case more compelling and relatable. Respect and understand. Always be respectful and aim for understanding, not dominance. Your goal is to help them see a solution that addresses both your concerns and aligns with their values. By using this Stoic approach, you become a skilled navigator instead of a combative opponent. Respecting and resonating with your adversary's values fosters mutual understanding and leads to lasting, meaningful resolutions.